Good evening, traders, and welcome to session recap 4th of July 2016. My name is Nenad. Today we will see 5 setups: Euro dollar, pound dollar, Australian dollar, Euro GBP and AUD yen. And I wish you a great trading week. Market has stabilized and we are able to actually trade it very successfully. Today there is a national holiday in US, so it's 4th of July. So the banks simply don't work today, and we didn't have a lot to trade actually. I posted euro dollar setup, but as you can see, it's a bit contained now. The market is congesting, and I expect the market to break out during Tokyo session, during London, and of course during tomorrow New York session. So it will be volatile. Get ready for some volatility. Before we begin, our standard disclaimer explaining that online educational materials are available by Admiral Markets Estonia for a global audience, and to get a corresponding information on charting conditions and any other detail, you should visit Admiral Markets Global, select your country of residence, and contact an appropriate entity. Risk disclosure statement stating all possible risks associated with Forex market. By accepting the risk, you're also proceeding further with me. Final part explained that Admiral Markets UK Ltd takes no responsibility for information accuracy. This is solely my opinion, and I am the only person that is responsible for these setups. Forex is risky business. They should not be taken as advice. It's a personal opinion only. Okay? And this webinar is for informational and educational purposes only. Yeah. So with having said that, we are ready to proceed. So Admiral Market Supreme Edition, download and get an exclusive tool for trading. You will be very happy with it. Also, there are some new improvements that will be reviewed in next couple of weeks. Those are new charts with our Admiral Market Supreme Edition, especially mini chart. That is a great tool. You can actually watch multiple time frames in a single chart. I will review that very soon. Also, Admiral Markets web address for traders platform is here. You can just jump in here and see how it looks. It's actually great. And don't forget it, Admiral Markets is officially best MT4 broker. And yeah, let's see a risk disclaimer, and then I will proceed to some questions, comments, and then setups. So you need to give price a breathing room. Usually we enter within 15 pips of the predicted level. If it's in agreement with your system, it's called POC or buffer zone. We need to use scaling in. We need to respect stop loss, guys, always and forever. Add a spread to your stop loss. Even if you trade with ECN account, add simply 2 to 5 pips just to protect yourself from sudden spikes. As Darshan is saying, you see, GBP shot up 50 pips in 1 minute. Yeah, of course. There is some, maybe there is some news on Forex Live, you can check it, but you know, GBP has been very volatile now, and thing is that there is some profit taking here. Also, don't forget that London has been closing their trading desk and trades, so probably they were exiting the market and so on. But of course, it's a good thing to, guys. It's very important. Today is a bank holiday, and you remember what I've been teaching you when there is a bank holiday. There is no bank to actually defend support resistance level. So market makers are playing their own game. And of course, GBP shot up 50 pips. It's good to clear some stops above, right? Because all were shorting, everyone is shorting GBP AUD, right? GBP, dollar, and so on. So it's good to clear some stops when there are no banks to defend support and resistance levels. So, well, you know, it's holiday, and this is called holiday trading. So I'm really not bothered with it. You should have seen GBP AUD, Darshan, how it jumped. Well, also like 60, 70 pips in a minute. So, well, that's normal. I need to say that's normal, and it happens during bank holidays. But everything gets back in the trend ultimately. So use scaling in. respect your stop loss, add a spread. We take only one position. It's either position or alternative trade. Okay, so it's either position or alternative trade, whichever hits first. When you see scalp or breakout level, then or a breakout setup, that means that you can trade additional setup. But between position and alternative trade, you should focus on a single position. Although very often, well, you need to observe. It's very accurate, so you might eventually want to trade two positions. But just for the sake of these webinars, we take only one position. Okay. First touch of the zone is the most profitable and the most important, because when the currency pair hits the zone, usually it will be ambushed by either now moment buyers or sellers that are of course accompanied by historical buyers and sellers. So that is why our entries are very, very accurate. Position trades are called trend trades. Alternative trades are called counter trend trades. Breakout trades and scalp trade levels are done independently. Usually it's a second entry. Okay, it usually is a second entry. Depending on time and volatility, usage of trailing stop is highly recommended. We usually use it after 20 pips of profit, not less. These setups are valid for today, tomorrow, and sometimes the day after tomorrow. Scalp trades should be done at or very close to important support resistance levels. All these levels are calculated by historical levels and Camarilla. You can add these levels to your system, pay attention to my Twitter updates, and finally, pips pool is the maximum number of pips you could have got on recap entries. And here, guys, past week results. Okay? Euro dollar 35 pips, pound dollar didn't qualify. Although, guys, I told you that you should watch for short setups, and I will show you. We had it didn't qualify for entry, but actually we had good shorting opportunities on GBP dollar. Australian dollar gave us minus 20 pips on scalp swing and plus 70 on positional trade. EURUSD was good for 220 pips. This is the trade of the month, definitely, and possibly the trade of the year so far. EURUSD, I will show you. I don't remember when. Well, all these minor crosses like GBPUSD, EURUSD, GBP New Zealand, Euro New Zealand, they have a huge range and movement is simply very strong. New Zealand dollar was also good for 60 pips. So total pips pool was 365, trade of the week, EURUSD. So this was a euro dollar trade. Okay, just guys, I will answer all your questions as soon as I finish with this past week recap. So euro dollar, well, as you can see, I told you to sell around 1070, and this was stop loss. So the price had a drawdown. It went to 1113, but it never touched our stop loss, and eventually it came to be in profit towards 1036. So euro dollar was profitable. Okay, see, this is webinar time. This is when entry was qualified here. GBP dollar was in downtrend and is in downtrend, and we waited for either sell one or sell two. Well, you can see the price went close to sell one. The price went to 35.37, and then it dropped. Well, it dropped for like almost, wow, this was a huge drop indeed, guys. Yeah, so actually I did a revised trade. I will show you. I did a revised trade on GBP dollar, and I think we might have got some profits from this region actually, because this was it. From this region to this region, Actually, this was not a good slide. I knew that it was something happening and there was a trade going on. I think that was in profit. Let me open my real chart and we will take a look together what happened with our pound dollar. Give me a second. I think we actually had a profitable trade because I remember I did some few smaller trades on pound dollar, and let's see if they correspond to actual entry on our recap. Okay, here it is, and actually guys, that was here GBP dollar. It was 27th here, 27th. Let me do it, and the entry was 34.70. Yeah, only 30 pips stop loss. That is what confused me. Yeah, let's see. 34.70. I will zoom in here. Let's see, 34.70 here. Yeah, see here, according to our session recap, this would have been a loss, but I remember that I actually took a second this. Well, let me rephrase. So that was a 20 pip loss then. Well, but this was it. Yeah, this is when we could have made profits here, because it hit stop loss, then it got to an entry again, and you see a huge drop of 300 pips. Well, I will count this as minus 20. So although second one was pretty much successful, even almost hitting our target. Well, well, what can happen? So this could have been good on a second chance, but well, we will count it as a loss. Australian dollar here, it was the first swing sell position was a loss, and then the second one was a win. So the first one was scalp swing at 73.70. Here the price didn't make any drop. It simply went to our sell position. Sell position was initiated here, and well, it was very good trade when it started to drop, because we had some drawdown. It never hit stop loss and it went down in a huge profit. And finally, EURUSD, definitely the trade of the week. This was a great trade, an excellent trade. This was our entry here. Well, you see, sell position 50.25. It could have been here also because it was very close, but you see what happened. So very good, very good setup, guys. For 20, I need to say this was the trade of the year, because you see, it was only 20 pip of a stop loss, guys, and risk to reward is 1 to 10, guys. So you risk 20 pips for 200 pips, 1 to 10. Darshan is saying trade of the millennium. Well, 1 to 10 risk to reward. Well, it's very hard to make it indeed, but I'm very happy that it turned out to be good. Of course, definitely a good one, especially that stop loss was not that big and that the entry was respected. Indeed, home run, yeah. But well, it won't happen very soon, anytime soon, I guess. We need to be realistic. 1 to 10 risk to reward is really one, I don't know, in a thousand. Well, 1 to 10, it's very rare. But well, I will mark this down, and I will definitely. You definitely, guys, need to watch for these pairs. They are excellent. When it starts to trend EURUSD, pound AUD, well, it's much better than euro dollar, and pound dollar and all those trade. Well, minors definitely. All those major pairs sometimes really are giving us headache, and with those minor pairs, even when you see a bank holiday, you can't be wrong. It moves. It moves really. Adele is saying we need every week the trade of the year. Well, Adele, it's hard, you know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm trying to really give my best. It's very hard to actually always get a trade like this one. But well, I hope that it will happen. Now the questions, and then we will go to today's week setups. Now I need to cover questions. Piotr is saying on GBP was 50 pips range. When it broke resistance, the next figure was 50 pips. Yes, spot on, Piotr. Indeed, you see. Now historical sellers, actually from here, are aligned with now moment sellers. That is why you see this pin bar. Okay, see, straight from 4 hour, from H4 resistance. Ilya, could you please analyze at the end of webinar why Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar are so strong long and dollar CAD short while oil is ranging and gold ranging? Who is behind this? I don't understand. I didn't realize loss of, well, to be honest, Ilya, the only thing I can think of at this point is there were elections in Australia. So the elections in Australia, you should always watch for these fundamentals. And because of that, well, it's an event, you know. Because of that, it went up. Also, you should see how copper was behaving. So if you saw that copper was up, that will make also Australian dollar go up. And New Zealand dollar probably, let's see correlation between Australian and New Zealand. Both are commodity currencies. So let's see, I will put a correlation table here. I guess there is a positive correlation. Okay, where is it? I didn't put it in. Add, save. Okay, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Oh, okay, Ilya, watch this. 97 correlation. This is the strongest correlation I've seen. I can't remember when I saw the correlation on intraday between Australian dollar and New Zealand was so high. But well, I knew it was positive, but this high, wow. Well, that explains, Ilya. Australia had election. I didn't go through all election result, but I assume that the election result was positive for Australia, right? Now, Australian result is positive. Australian dollar is going up. It's positive correlation with New Zealand dollar, so also New Zealand dollar goes up. Check copper and probably you will find some answers. Okay? That's it, Ilya. You need to watch correlation table. Okay? And yeah, you probably missed the elections, Ilya. Dado is asking, hi Nenad, when do you have a time for looking at Australian New Zealand? Yes, yeah, Dado, I think Australia, New Zealand, we could see buy position soon. I will analyze it just a little bit later after we finish with setups. And then, you see, Ilya, yes, copper is positively correlated indeed. Okay, Ilya, so that was it, guys. Now we can move to this week's setups. Euro dollar, I will sell euro dollar. 1.1160, 112 is stop loss, 10.8 is the first target. If we see a breakout of 10.8, we will go to 10.30.00. Why? Because we have a pennant, and the analysis that I did is showing you, actually guys, is showing you a pennant. Let's see, where is my, I did the analysis. Let me show you a full analysis here, guys. Full analysis, analytics, technical analysis, euro dollar consolidating within the bearish pennant. So this was the analysis, and simply said I haven't changed anything since. So you can see euro dollar, this is a bearish pennant, right? This is a flagpole, this is a pennant. Also we can say this is an ascending, almost a flat top triangle, but it's not a triangle flat top because we have a pole. We also have multiple of confluence here. And I think, guys, that if you traded, I'm not sure that the price has pulled back towards our entry point today, but it's there. It didn't hit our entry point yet, so it's close though. So this is what I'm looking at to sell euro dollar. Yeah, 89, well, I don't see T89, Martin. What is E89? Ah, you mean this is EMA. If you're referring to T89, yeah, I don't see T89 actually. But guys, you see, this is a confluence, and I at least we could see some pips on the first rejection, because I think that if the price gets here, it should be rejected. Indeed, it should be rejected from this zone. 4-hour time frame here, 4-hour time frame, not yet. You see, not yet. Actually, this is not a T89. First, I would like to see at least a very close or touch of EMA 89. I don't like to see thin body with big wick to the downside. This is T89 to the downside, Martin. So if you're looking for T89, this is it. This is the one. Okay, this is the one. See, signaling for short trades, and short trade was good. See, that is T89. Now we move on to next one. Yeah, if you see a 10-8 breakout, that would mean a breakout of bearish pennant towards 10.30. So everything is covered in today's analysis. Pound dollar downtrend, guys, and this is from the last session. I will pause this. I will open a pound dollar chart, and I will give you setup, and then I will write it down, because this is tricky now with pound dollar. Here, guys, let's take a look at 4-hour time frame. Okay, we need to watch 4-hour time frame. For that, we need to put weekly pivot points, and we need to remove these lines. So guys, this is where it gets tricky. Pound dollar dropped really by a huge percent after Brexit result, and of course it was predicted that it will drop, right? It wasn't a rocket science. The problem is that you see this. So guys, this is called retail gap. So the low of this is 36.14. The high of this candle is 35.33. So by any means, this gap has not been closed yet. So what would I do here, guys? You can always get few pips here and there, scalp here and there to actually not, if you actually don't want to make any positional trades. But guys, when you see such a huge drop like this one, you need to ask yourself, do you really need to make a positional trade here, even though you might know that it could be a successful trade? Well, the answer to your question is no, guys. No matter what happens in Forex market, you need to respect the rules. The rules are always, we sell high, buy low, unless there is a breakout trade, right? Now, obviously, this candle has not been broken, right? This one. It hasn't been broken. Because of that, you need to put a Fibonacci not from here, but from here. Only when this candle gets broken, then you will put Fibonacci from here to there. Now, what does it say, guys? We have a host of confluence here. So let's say that the first, watch this, H4 is 35.11. The top is 35.33. So anywhere here, pound could reject. And the problem here, guys, is that it's a big range. Okay, watch this. ATR for last 7 days, 468 pip. Today it's only 100. What would you do, really? Well, I guess that you want to be patient. So guys, what I would do is, it's a big zone, I know, but this is the zone where we could see a rejection, guys. To narrow it down further would mean actually that, well, there is no narrowing down, because the low of this candle is 35.60, guys. So we can only say that we might miss an entry, but here it is. Let's say that this is the narrowest possible entry here. 50 retracement, kissing this red line of support. It's 35.60, guys. It's 35.60. So you see, it's almost kissing it here. So it's very strong. So 35.55 to 36.12 is your short entry. I cannot narrow it down because simply that is what market is saying. If we see a pullback here, yeah, this would be a cool short. I think this will be a great entry. But guys, it needs to retrace 300 pips. Watch this. So if you add 300 above the high, well, guys, you will get it here. So it's tricky, right? Let's write it down. So 35.55 towards 36.15. Okay, that is your short entry. Let's see if we can do something more with pound dollar. Well, you need to trade what you're given to trade. You cannot simply guess where it will sell or reject. So sell GBP dollar, sell GBP dollar. It's 1 .30, what was the level? 34.55, right? 35.55 towards 1.3615. So yeah, that is the zone. Well, guys, use scaling in. What can I say? If you see an entry here, use scaling in, but your stop loss should be, guys, well, let's see the minimum stop loss. Minimum stop loss is big, 37.15. Well, that's it. But the target is, because if we see here, I guess that it will reject towards 30 to 85. 30 to 85 is the target. Okay, I thought, okay, 30 to 85. So this is the target. Now, breakout trade on pound dollar will happen only if this low is broken. So 31.15, I would say, for, let's say, 31.12. Possible breakout 1.3112. Huge. Okay, let's 31.12, and the target is definitely 30.50. 30.50. And you put stop loss above last one high. So this is the setup for pound. This could be a buy opportunity, but I'm not sure that we will get there, so I'm not buying the pound now. I am still selling on rallies. So guys, I advise you to really be patient, sell on rallies, and enjoy market movement. Because now it's calm. It's not that volatile, really. So this is it, guys. Well, the zone is big. Stop loss is also higher. Well, and recommended risk trade. Recommended. Oh, sorry guys. Recommended risk should be 0.5 to here for this one. Okay. So guys, that's it. I gave you everything now for the pound. It's easier now because we move on to Australian dollar. So Australian dollar is, you see it's bullish, well, but we have two possible setups. 76.80 sell, 77.10 stop, 75.00 target. Buy trade 74.40, stop 73.90, target 75.40. So why would we do that? Australian dollar. See guys, this is now a good retracement, guys. And because this high has been broken, you need to get previous high, right? Yes, RBA rate tomorrow, so be careful. I will put that onto risk disclaimer. Thanks for mentioning it again. I will put it on a risk disclaimer, so Concerning Australian dollar, I don't think they would do anything, but let's see. We need to be careful, definitely. I will open just I will take a quick look, guys. Give me a second. I will take a look at the calendar here. So let's see what the calendar said. Give me just a couple of seconds and we will see. Okay, here. Okay, calendar here. Yeah, I thought so. 175, yeah. 175. I think I don't think they're too crazy now to lower the rates. I really don't think that. So my personal opinion, it should be the same. So, well, 1.75, so that would be it. In that case, I think it will go up. So first, guys, if you see, you need to be careful, because 76.80 is actually our sell zone. Okay, 76.80, like 15 pip buffer, so it should be a sell. But the problem is, what can happen if the price it doesn't go to this level before the actual announcement? Then, guys, you need to be careful, because actually if the rate is the same, I think Australian dollar will go up. I would look to buy into retracement towards this level here. So 74.40 for me is a strong buy here, and 76.80 is a sell. But if you see that the price is going up and you actually want to trade after the announcement, well, in that case, guys, you need to sell it here. Okay, you need to sell it here. See, it's 76.70, 76.80 here, guys. Okay, so this is your confluence here. I would really, if I'm to watch the announcement, I probably would sell it here no matter what, because this is a strong zone. But if we see a drop after the announcement, then this could be a good level to buy. So either way, watch for announcement, and if you trade this, trade with a lower risk. Okay, it's very clear on the chart, but simply because of the announcement, it can be a bit tricky. See, because 4 hour is giving you a huge POC here, while you need to go to daily chart and find confluence at the resistance. So even maybe on a strong news and that AUD turns bullish, it should drop. A trader, I can see the name here, was asking me why Australian dollar is going up. Because of the elections, guys. Elections were held in Australia, and the result was probably good. So Australia versus dollar is going up. Yes, Celia, this is an early announcement, so maybe you will be awake to actually trade this. Primož is saying elections finished in deadlock. Well, deadlock, you see, definitely it's bullish for Australian dollar. But again, guys, you need to know that Australian dollar had during previous week, it had good, I mean, it always has a good correlation with copper, but commodity prices went up, and that was the cause for Australian dollar to go up too. So always watch copper related to Australian dollar. And gold also. Gold is also correlated to Australian dollar. But you see, guys, this looks bullish indeed. Watch this. So I would sell here and buy there. Let's see what we will get actually. EURGBP, if you remember my previous week setup that I did for you on EURGBP, we had a great trade. We had a great EURGBP setup. It was also published on a Forex Street there, and you saw a big movement. And yes, EURGBP fell where we predicted it to fall. And I'm predicting another drop at 83.20. Sorry, not a drop, but a spike at 83.20, 82.90, and 84.00. Because EURGBP is up. So EURGBP is up. Yeah, I'm reading questions, so sorry if I make some mistakes because I'm reading comments and questions. I will try to answer all of them, guys, so please bear with me, and if you have any questions, just write it down and I will answer. So here, EURGBP, strong candle here, very, very big candle, of course, daily, 1 hour, also strong, but we want to buy into a pullback. This is where we see a good confluence here, guys, a good confluence here. Even if you go with previous swing low to high, you would get something like this. So see, it's like 50 retracement L3 weekly, pivot point on weekly, and ATR stop EMA 89. So this is your spot to go long. And yeah, I think that we could go long here. And if you're not sure what a trade setup I was referring to, please go to forex3.com and you will see under EURGBP trading positions. Actually, there were some good setups to be found. Okay, so just take a look at that. So guys, here is our possible entry. And finally, Australian, Lawrence is saying, made a few pips with EURGBP, thanks. Well, you're welcome, Lawrence. You are welcome. Here, and then what I wanted to say is, yeah, very clear to me, really. So watch for this. And Australian dollar yen, this one is Australian dollar yen. 76.75 is buy position, 76.45 is stop loss, 78.80 is target, 78.90 is sell position, 79.20 is stop loss, 78 is the target. So Australian dollar yen, 76.75. Here we have weekly pivot points. Now I will switch to daily pivot points. And here we are, guys. Here we are, 76.75. Let's go with Fibonacci. Also here, swing low, swing high, left to right, past and present to give you the future outcome. The strongest confluence definitely here where we see a retail gap that has been closed, 78.6 retracement, daily pivot point, EMA 89, L3. Also, guys, watch for result of RBA rate announcement. If there is a surprise, guys, on RBA, don't trade this, because if there is a big surprise in cash rate, for example, if they hike or if they drop the rate, well, guys, if they lower their rate, then don't trade this. I think this is tradable if we don't see any change from prediction. Okay? Yeah, so guys, watch for that indeed. Okay, this is it. So 76, 70, and finally, yeah, 78, 90 is a place where we could see some selling. 78, 90. Here. Double top previous, and probably this will cause new sellers to emerge and pull the price down. So this is short. Now your questions. Australian dollar, New Zealand. Okay, here. Okay, let's do that now. This is EURGBP, and now we can go with Australian dollar, New Zealand. Ilya is saying copper and gold confluence. Yes, WTI influence dollar CAD. Indeed, oil always influence CAD. When oil is up, dollar CAD is going down. Okay. Daniel is asking for gold. Yes. So Australian dollar, New Zealand, silver, dollar CAD, gold, and EURUSD. Okay. Step by step. So first we go with Australian dollar, New Zealand. I would go long here, 350, and possibly look for some long setups. $1.0280, but yes, it's close to possible long setup, and that long setup is exactly here. A lot of historical buying from this spot, so yeah, it could go up from this spot, Australian dollar, New Zealand. Indeed, I agree that it can go up, guys. Yes. Now, okay, EURUSD. Weekly chart suggesting more down, but yes, 47.50 could prove some support, and you could try to watch for possible setups on 47.50, 55 to 78. So 47.78 to 55 could give you some buy trades on EURUSD. See, it's being rejected, so it could go up. But you need, I would go with a dip actually to buy into. So Adel, you need to wait just a little bit. So yeah, it's already up, yeah. I see that it's already up, but I would go a little bit lower here, and possibly it can go up. Okay, silver. Yeah, this is actually buy on dip, and yeah, well, look at this now. If this level is broken here, I would go with this level to buy, and possibly final buy zone would be this one. So buy on dip on silver, yes. Okay? Buy on dip. Silver. So watch for these levels. Here, of course, because this is interim support, and here. But go long on dip. yeah, go long on dip. Derek. I would go with probably this 61.8. But as I say, if it doesn't go below this low here, that is 2028, it could even spike from here. So if you want to scalp, maybe this is the zone for you to go long. Egils is saying, please double check Australian dollar slide. Well, it's in uptrend on intraday time frames, you see? But watch 4 hour. Swing high, swing low. So this is still in downtrend unless we see a spike above. Plus, this could be a head and shoulders also, some form if it starts to drop. But judging from 4 hour, you see, we didn't go above this level. See, it's still bearish. But on intraday chart, it is bullish indeed. Dollar yen, and then gold. You see, dollar yen is congesting. What this is showing is actually head and shoulders. So left shoulder, or this could be actually a shoulder too. See? It corresponds to the top of this right shoulder. So below this level, it can go down. But if it gets too close to 100, BOJ might intervene. They might intervene. So please be careful about AUDN. Be careful. 4 hour, you see, it's still bearish. Then gold. Of course, guys, Australian dollar up, gold up, because there is a great correlation, a big correlation between Australian dollar and gold. So gold is also buy on a dip, and we want to see actually a bigger retracement. You might actually go with last price movement, and in that case I would go long here, 1343.90. It has a lot of confluence here, see, breakout, retest. So this is a good spot to go long on gold indeed. See, so gold is also buy on dip. This could be a good dip. Egils, if Australian dollar is correlated with New Zealand, what could be POC for New Zealand? Let's see. Well, New Zealand is a bit stronger now, you see? So if it breaks this level, it will make another push to the upside. But it can also be rejected here. So guys, pay attention. It's close to important resistance. It's close to important resistance. See? And the last question, dollar CAD. Sean, do you think the dollar CAD will trace back to 2770? Yeah, there is a possibility if this W is not broken anymore. It could retrace to 2770. But you need to know that actually it's closed now because this is retracement. See, 2770 or something similar is found at L5 support. And yeah, we have ATR level, so it could retrace. But for retrace, you need to have a 4-hour candle close below L4 here. Then if you see a close below L4 short breakout, then it could actually go with a deeper retracement. And Alexa is asking for euro-dollar setup. This is it. So guys, this was all for this week. I hope that we will have a great week as we did in the past, and previous week was great. And thank you very much for your comments, for your support. And of course, guys, don't forget that I'm here really to help you. And we will definitely have more webinars, and we will make some good setups and trades. So we trade together. The session recap webinars are for you, for your well-being and the well-being of your account. Thanks for listening. I will be here soon, guys. Cheers. And as always, trade safe.